Good evening, my brother.
Oh gosh, man. Good evening, sir. Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Is that me brethren Muta?
Eh?
Is that me brethren Muta?
Yeah, man. I'm your brethren, man. I'm your brethren. We just not gonna tell you, say, me glad how you talk to me, because me just not gonna tell you, say, eh?
Good day to me brethren and to the people of Jamaica.
Yeah. I was just going to tell you that I need to forget all the protocols and just talk to you like how I talk to one of my brethren. So I'm glad when I hear you say your brethren Muta, you know?
Yes, man.
All right, so we're talking to the Prime Minister.
How the family doing?
The family is going quite okay, okay.
I saw a report in the paper that the youth man coming along all right, man.
Yes. I don't know which youth man you're talking, but I'm still going to say yes. Look here. We want to tell the people them who we're talking to. We're talking to the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And the reason we're talking to him is because we want to find out exactly what is happening right now after so much weeks of this terrible volcano thing that happened. But before we start to get into the meat, I want you to tell me something. What is geologically happening with St. Vincent, why it is so prone to volcanoes?
Well, we were created millions of years ago by a volcano, you know.
I know that.
So that.
But remember, you had one in 70 odd, eh?
This volcano.
Yeah.
In what you may call recent times. 1718 it erupted. 1812 it erupted. 1902 it erupted. 1979 it erupted. And now the volcano is in the very north of the island. That is why it affected, the explosion affected what you call the red zone on the northeast and the northwest. Those two areas, they now are desolate. You know, agriculture gone, animal husbandry, the houses are all covered in ash. There is a fair amount of damage from of infrastructure.
Yeah.
And the like, houses. And then the ash covered other parts of the island because the ash which came out is over from the dome which was there from 1979. And a new dome was created with the oozing eruption from the end of December last year. And the new material which came out with the explosion, over 100 million cubic meters estimated of material. Some of it went to sea, a lot of it came on St. Vincent, and plenty also went to Barbados because of how the winds blow. Some went to Grenada and some to St. Lucia too. But you see the height where it went. If you look at the climatological system globally, you will see go all across Africa and go across to India, you know. The ash.
The ash from St. Vincent?
Word, you know.
Yeah, I know about the ash from St. Vincent went across to India.
Yeah. All the way across Africa, North Africa.
You're serious?
Yes, I.
Wow. So would you say this one is worse than 1979? You think this one is worse than 1979?
This one is worse than 1979. More like 1902. But in 1902, 1,600 people died. But remember, they didn't have the seismology then, the kind of warnings. They didn't have the structure. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So different time.
So was there any loss of life?
Huh?
Was there any loss of life, or how much life get lost in that?
No. There was no loss of life and no injury. We moved everybody out quite well.
Good. Good.
We have a good ground game, brethren.
Yes.
And we move people by road and also by boat.
Okay.
The
All right, tell me something.
Sorry, go ahead.
What is the population of St. Vincent?
110,000.
Oh. A small portion.
We evacuated 1/5 of the population on the island, from the island into safer areas. But since the 22nd of April, when is the last time we had an explosive eruption in the series now, until up to today, including today, there has been very little seismic activity. Hardly any earthquake recorded under the earth, with the surface, and no tremors at all.
Yeah.
What we had last night, and I was thrown out into something terrible for us. We had a lot of rain from after midnight.
Last night?
And a lot of rain.
Yeah.
So what happened is this. On the mountain Muta, on both the east and the west, you have a lot of volcanic stones and ash. And you had broken trees because the volcano mashed up a lot of trees. And a lot of stones came out. So that with the rains, with that ash and stone resting on the earth, these things are called lahars or mud flows. They move with rapidity, come down the valleys and come down the rivers. So they caused some damage last night into this morning.
Oh, yeah?
And in other areas, you had ordinary landslides now. So we have had, on top of all our problems, further damage to some homes, not only in the red and orange area, but in the yellow and green areas because of the amount of rain. Out at Argyle International Airport, which is on the center on the eastern side. Between 6 o'clock this morning and 12 o'clock, 6 inches of rain fell. It's plenty rain. Normally we get 100 inches a year, which is 8-point-something inches average per month. For some months you could get 11 inches in the rainy season. In the dry months, you may in the dry weather you may get 6 or 7, or you get 6 hours. You get 6 inches, plenty rain.
Yeah,
so
not enough rain.
What happened because of the ash? For instance, in the tongue, the ash which was in the tongue, which came off, also went in the drains and clogged up drains and in the drain pipes now.
Yes.
When the water now come ash inside of the drain pipes, they block up, they come back and enter into buildings now. So it creates. I know you're going to get rain because the hurricane season is coming up in June, from June the 1st. I didn't expect to get them from now so much. I'd love some moderate rain to help to wash away the ash, but not enough to cause floods and landslides and mudslides. The lahars.
You talk about mudslide. Was there any lava coming from the mountainside?
No. This volcano is not like this volcano is not like, for instance, some of the other volcanoes where you see the lava moving, burning like that. You will have what are called pyroclastic flows. You will have a pyroclastic flows, which is really when you when you have the explosion and the explosion goes up 20 meters, 20 kilometers, up in the sky, high up in the atmosphere. It goes up and stone and ash go.
Yeah.
But sometimes when the explosion is not big, it rises up. You don't have enough energy for it. You have the column will just fall. And it falls on the rim of the volcano. And that rim, for instance, on the western side, the northwestern side, that rim is the lower lip of the crater. That stuff, which doesn't go up in the air, will come down on the side. That's hot stones rolling together with ash coming downhill. And anything they meet, they will destroy. Or they come in at tremendous velocity. And when they hit the water, they don't have any resistance in the water. They could go out as far as 3 miles. And anything they meet in the way, including the vessel, they'll mash it up too. Fortunately, the pyroclastic flows that we had on the northwestern side, those pyroclastic flows were in areas where nobody lived. So it just mash up vegetation, trees and crops and so on.
So I can ask you something. We hear about the movement of the people them to other islands. And I don't know if you can verify this or where's this order coming from, whether from St. Vincent or the countries that the evacuees is going. But we were told that a lot of people was not allowed to go on these ship or boat without being vaccinated. You can give some clarity on that?
Yes. Well, first of all, originally, when a few of the countries had said, I'm talking about in the Caribbean, that when the persons are coming, you must have them vaccinated.
Oh, that is what the countries who accepting them say.
Yeah. But subsequently, those countries who had said no, all they need to do is to have the PCR test.
Okay.
All they need to have the PCR test. And when they come, if they are, you have the PCR test, you come and you're quarantined for the 14 days, the usual protocols now.
Yes.
But a lot of people don't want to go. It's only a trickle which want to go. Most people want to stay home and
stay home, of course. Yes. Yeah.
That's how it goes.
So the argument about forced vaccination for evacuation is not true.
No, that originally it was some of the countries had said.
Okay.
That they would want, for the safety of their own people, to have the vaccination done. But then subsequently they say, no, don't bother on that. Don't put that condition. Just let it do the PCR. In fact, one country from the beginning had said they don't even need to come with a PCR because we could do the PCR and then when they arrive, but they will have to quarantine. And then some people said that the government here has said that you have to vaccinate people before they go inside the shelters. That is absolute nonsense. That is a lie. That ain't true. That is fake news. The one about vaccination for the shelters. In fact, you don't even have to be tested to go into the shelters, but we're encouraging people to be tested. I took the vaccine, and I encourage people to take the vaccine. Some people don't want to take the vaccine. Well, that's it.
Yes.
We don't have mandatory vaccination.
So this volcano, it kind of put a dampening in the vaccination process, because I know there was a heavy vaccination thing going on right across the Caribbean, but I guess this volcano now kind of altered certain things.
Yes. Well, we have done about 13% of the population. 13.5% of the population. There's been significant resistance to vaccination.
Yeah, definitely, all over the world.
I'm not talking about anti-vax, but even before the volcano.
Yeah.
But I would say that we are so preoccupied with the issue, what we are trying to do in the shelters, while we encourage people to be vaccinated, the point about it in the shelters, we are very concerned because so many people are gathering to each other.
Yes,
We have 7,000 people in 88 shelters.
No
we
distance.
Have 8,000 or more in people's homes. Strangers, friends, family who took in people. In solidarity, like we do in our Caribbean family. More people living in houses now than before, so that the prospect of the transmission of the vaccine, of the virus, becomes more realistic.
Yes.
More probable. So that we encouraging everybody to wear their mask, make sure they get tested, try as far as possible to do the hand sanitizing and physical distancing. Though that's difficult to do in the shelters.
So was St. Vincent recipient of the AstraZeneca vaccine from India? Now asking, was St. Vincent recipient of the AstraZeneca vaccine that was given by the Indian them in the early stages?
Yeah, from India. We got that. We got that vaccine.
Okay.
But we got some Sputnik.
From Russia?
From Russia. I took the Sputnik.
Okay. He's the first person I hear say they took the Sputnik. The first person I hear say it.
Yeah, I take the Sputnik.
Okay. Is there a reason why you take the Sputnik?
Well, we actually got some Sputnik before we got
the Astra.
The AstraZeneca.
Okay.
And I wasn't going to take because it wasn't a lot. But then persons, including the journalists, say, listen, if you want people to take the vaccine, you should take it.
Yes.
So I went and I took the Sputnik.